Hello world! In this video we're going to explore how we can use Telegram in Python and also a large language model in order to ask questions to the model via audio or via text and get results. And that's an interesting project, at least to me, because I was not aware how the Telegram implementation in Python works, and that's why I would like to show you a little more details about it. So let's get going. So you can see I got my chatbot here. This is just a new Telegram channel, and I can write a message here. Either I can ask, so for instance, what is Andromeda in space? And then answer in one sentence, so the model won't take too long and also won't write too much. So let's send this and let's just wait a little bit and then we should get an answer. There it is. Andromeda is a spiral galaxy and so on and so on. So obviously this is the answer from the model. Now that's the first option, and the other option would be that I also can ask the model something. So if I have some audio, I can go there and, for instance, what is the Milky Way in space? Answer in one sentence. And now you see that I sent the audio, and now the audio gets transcribed using Whisper API from OpenAI, and then I should get a result. And there it is. The Milky Way is a barred spiral galaxy, and so on and so on. One more time. So of course I could continue that, but hopefully you can see that I can either write some text messages or I can also use audio in order to then transcribe this audio, then send it to the large language model in the background, and then send it back via the Telegram bot, in this case, to our chat. So that's basically how that works. Now let's have a look at how this is implemented in Python. So it is actually quite interesting because more or less the important parts in this project is, which I, by the way, of course, have created using, in this case, Cursor. So I have, of course, leveraged AI in order to help me building this, especially if you're not familiar with a specific package or library. That's always helpful. And in this case, the most important things, at least for me, to understand how this actually works are probably the bot in here, and then also the handlers, and of course then the large language model itself. So regarding the bot implementation is actually quite easy because the pattern is quite simple. What you need is, you need the Telegram extension, of course, but then you can actually use application builder and message handlers, and also filters. And it basically works the following way. You can see that the app is built by the builder itself. You need to have a token. The token can be generated inside Telegram, so you can use, it's called botfather, right, to create a token, and then of course use this token as an environment variable. And then you build the application builder, and then you got your app, and then you need to add handlers to the app. So this is done here, and the handlers basically are the Python functions. So every time someone is sending a text or sending a voice, as you can see here, then something should happen. And the way it works is you add the handlers to the app, as you can see here, for instance, and then you have some kind of filters. For instance, this is only for texts, and this down there is for voices, and it should not be a command. So regarding the keystrokes, and then you can see that if that is the case, then use handle text function, and if it's a voice, then use handle voice function. So that's basically how that works, and then it's just executed here in the in main when we execute done the main. So that's basically it. So application builder, and then add the handlers or the functions you want, and when they should be triggered by these filter options here. And regarding the handlers, let's have a look at those, how they are implemented. So this looks like that. So in this case, the handler itself, this is an async function, but basically you await the context, and then you use what is called update in Telegram, which is this one here. So basically update, which you can see up here, it's coming from here, Telegram update, and this update here is, as you can see here, this is the update itself. This is basically whenever someone is writing a message or sends something to the chat. And a message.txt gives us exactly what I typed in, or what my audio, depending on what kind of handler we use, from the specific chat. So this is the prompt itself, and all we do then is, when we get a text, we just use OpenAI in this case, and then send it to the OpenAI API. Of course, you need to have a token for that, but basically then it's converted, and then you send it back. And you can see update.message.reply text, and then you just send the answer, and the answer is coming from the large language model. That's basically how it works. Beside, of course, you also have some error implementation, so just in case it doesn't work for whatever reason, maybe OpenAI is down or something like that, then of course you can also send the error itself. Or a nicer message, but I decided I want to see the error at least during the development of the project, because I would like to see what the problem is, and then I can fix it. So this is the first option, and the second handler is the voice, but it works kind of similar to that. You get one more time the context, and then you just use update message.voice instead of text. Then you get the voice, and the only difference is that now you need to, in this case, I just checked what kind of file format the voice is in Telegram. It's obviously this OGG format. And then I just download it. I then, send it to the Whisper API, which is this one here. It gets transcribed. And then basically when we have the transcript, we can send it to the normal OpenAI API and then just reply one more time with the text message option here. So that's how that works. So there's the transcript itself, and then we just send the message here, reply text back here. So this is basically how this handler implementation works. So that's were the most important and interesting things for me because I was not well familiar with this library. And the OpenAI client is something which you probably know how that works. I mean, it's just we have an OpenAI instance, and then we just use, in this case, the older chat completion endpoint. The newer one is a responses endpoint, but this still works until I think mid 2026 as far as I know, so it's totally fine. And chat completion is great, and then we just define the model. In this case, I'm using the basic model, still basic model, I guess, which is for our mini, but you can use any other kind of model. And then just use the prompt in here, and then you just actually return the result, right? And for the audio, you use a Whisper API, as you can see here, to first transcribe the audio into text, and then it works the same way. Then one more time, we would use response chat completion API endpoint, and then send the result back. So basically, that's how that works. So that's it actually for this project. And if we implement this, as you can see that, then we can chat inside Telegram and ask here in this chat for any kind of question, either via text or via voice. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you got questions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video. Until then, best guys.